Hello, 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 everyone on my Facebook page. I believe we're streaming live to also YouTube and my business page. So, welcome everyone for wherever it is you're watching. Thanks for tuning in tonight. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking a little bit about what it's like to be in a peaceful world in your mind and how to get there. And so, I'm going to quote something from Success.com and Wayne Dyer, which says, "Peace is the result of restraining your mind to process life as it is rather than as you think it should be," which is really interesting, I think. And many of us have used quotes this week to kind of wrap our brains around what it means to be peaceful, whether it's in your heart, your mind, your soul, in your environment, with the people that you know, the people that you love. So I'm going to invite all of my friends here to share. So who I have on with me tonight, and I'll tag them in this live afterwards so that all of your friends will see. I have Diane, Kathy, Susie, Karen, Jane, and Sally. So I'll have them all speak individually. So I'll bring on my friend Karen here first. And then we'll just scoot everyone else out for just a moment so you can focus on Karen at the moment. So hello, my friend, who's joining me tonight from Alpharetta, Georgia. Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and unmute yourself and let everyone know your thoughts about the hashtag peaceful and what your week has been like. You're muted.
My first thought with peaceful is it automatically takes me to the mountains. I am a mountain girl. I absolutely love it. And I, even in my mind, if I think about the Grand Tetons or the beautiful mountains that I've seen, I am at peace. However, once I started really thinking about different ways, different things that are peaceful to me, it was amazing the things that I came up with. Um, I discovered that there were a lot of places and a lot of things that brought me peace, whether it be lakes or hammocks between trees or sitting on the beach. Things like that are all peaceful to me. But in the end, I always go back to the mountains, which really absolutely brings me peace. And that's what I got from it this week, Nicole.
That's great. So it sounds like a lot of your environment is included on how you feel peaceful, whether it's a
Yes,
location, something that you see, or something that you feel. Would that be right?
exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, I'm with you on the mountains. It kind of brings me the most peace as well. Even though I love the ocean, I love that, the visual of all of that. I love the sounds of the ocean. I love those kinds of environments too. But the mountains and lakes and streams really seem to resonate with me as well. So thanks, Karen, for sharing that. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Diane next. Give me just a moment. There's Diane. Hello, Ms. Diane. She is joining me from the Midwest. Thanks so much for being on with me tonight. Tell us a little bit about what brings you the most peaceful environment and world in your mind and heart.
The most peaceful environment for me is the Gulf of Mexico, the ocean, those waves crashing in. I just, I love it. And to sleep by the ocean at nighttime, and it's just this bliss of relaxation for me. But I also, when I was young, I used to like to, we had a creek that ran behind our house, and I used to love to go down there and just, there was a beautiful dogwood tree, and I would just sit by that tree and listen to the creek. So water has a lot to do with my peace. But even the noise of all my grandkids, to me, that's peace too. So that's what it meant to me this week. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane. I love that you said that even the sound of children playing and the noise that they make brings you peace. It certainly does have something that resonates in your heart about the world in general, that there's still things to laugh about, still things to play with, and still people to enjoy just life in general with no abandon or no restrictions, right?
Right, right.
And I'm with you on the water sounds too. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Diane. I appreciate you.
Sure.
Hopefully you get to get out to the Gulf of Mexico soon. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy's joining me tonight from Kansas. Thanks so much for being on with me tonight. I appreciate you. Tell us a little about your week and hashtagging the word peaceful. You're muted.
This week I've been cooking for a dinner that we're having this Saturday. So it's taken me a month of getting food together. And really, since it's 0 degrees outside, my peaceful place is my kitchen right now, and it's warm. So I have the I am fortunate that I live in the most peaceful place I feel like on this earth. Our farm is always, just you hear the sounds of the birds and the sounds of the cows, and it's very peaceful. This week I focused on a verse, Philippians 4:13, that said, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee." And that's really helped me in this last week. And it happened to be a verse that a person on Facebook gave me for this week. And it's I told him I would pray for him because he gave me that verse. He was in a car accident, but I had been praying for him all week. He was fine. His car was bad. So Facebook's being very useful right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad your friend is okay, and certainly having your mind focused on him throughout your journey this week and staying focused on such a huge task. I know whatever you're cooking for your church is never a small occasion. So that a month of preparation and certainly a week of, preparing all the food and everything else is just extraordinary. So thanks so much for the hard work you do for the Lord, and certainly for just noting how important God is to be focused and stayed upon. Thank you. All right, next up dang it. Hello there. Bring it on, Susie. Oh, if you could see everybody what I see here, my Facebook friends. So they're all down below, right? You can't see them, but they're all laughing at me right now because I'm making these total foo bars here of these little mic muted and whatnot. So Susie, thanks for being on with me, with my crew down here below, laughing hysterically at all my little mess ups tonight. Thank you, Susie, for being on and joining me here from California as well. Tell us a little about your thoughts and hashtagging peaceful.
Well, hashtag peaceful. I really enjoyed seeing everybody's posts this week. They were very awesome. And I kind of did a lot of, I missed the beach. We've been on this lockdown and haven't gone on any kind of vacation. I think I've seen the ocean once in the last year. So I posted a lot of my happy place ocean that I yearn for. That's what kind of gives me some peace. Also, I had a great nephew born in January, and just the precious pictures of him sleeping like a little angel, and they're so pure and so sweet when they're that tiny. So of course I've kind of posted on him, and just I really, I never had children, but I have lots of children around me, and just after a long hard day or a bad day, they come up to you and they hug you and they kiss you, and it just makes everything better. So, and then of course, this community has given me a lot of peace. I used to have a lot of anxiety and a lot of high stress. Now it's very manageable thanks to Story Cell class and this beautiful community. So, in my peace.
That just makes my heart happy. Thank you, Susie. And little babies sure do bring that out, don't they? And the littles that just come and just makes all that stress and all that angst just melt away with those hugs and kisses. I love that. And a beach certainly is a beautiful place to be, and you should go there anyway and get yourself out there as soon as possible. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Susie, for being on tonight. I am next up. We have my friend Sally. Let me go ahead and bring her on here without muting myself. Yay! Progress makes perfection, right? Sally's joining me from Port Clyde, and she's got snow, she's got rain, she's got gorgeous sunsets. Just her pictures alone, I just have to go to her page and just look at everything she posts, because those gorgeous sunsets are just extraordinary. And certainly you're close enough to be walking close to the ocean and see those beautiful lighthouses. And so I would love to know what your thoughts are this week on peaceful And it's not that I'm going to give away everything you're going to talk about, because I know you love those things too. But go ahead and share what your thoughts are.
Thank you, Coach. So I'll start with a quote that I came across. It says, often we don't realize that somewhere within us, there does exist a supreme self who is eternally at peace. And the definition of peaceful is free from disturbance. And I think as you listen to everyone that's already spoken, and I do have a huge love for the ocean. I'm fortunate to live right on the ocean. And I think that we get that inner peace when we're, kind of communing with nature, because we're eliminating chaos and just, we're stripping away all the distractions when we're, in those settings that I just feel so peaceful to us. And I think that's when we can kind of self-reflect and maybe, do soul searching and just really feel connected to our creator. And that's how I feel when I'm, looking at the water. Water is my thing. I don't know. I was born in June. I'm a Cancer. I gravitate to the water. But everyone has their thing. And this week I celebrated other people in the community. That's kind of one of my roles in this community. And I was able to just locate, I did a little research on, I Googled like their town that they lived in, and then I Googled nature photos. And so I pulled kind of some really beautiful landscapes where people lived and compiled my posts around that. And I just tried to make it really, really personal, and give myself a chance to, I know what I love when I look out my window. It just gave me an opportunity to connect and, see, what does it look like where Susie lives, or other folks in the community live as well. So it was fun. We get to be creative and we get to connect with others. And really that's what this community is all about. So
I love that. I didn't even, well, you always go the extra mile when you're loving on, people in our community, which I just absolutely love. But that is like a step beyond to even think about what might bring somebody else peace in their own town. That's just so cool. Thank you so much, Sally. I really appreciate you. I know everybody else does too. You create these beautiful stories. And certainly living by the water and having an appreciation for that. And certainly in appreciating your connecting with our creator, like you said, that resonates with me. When I go hiking, especially when I go by myself, I have an opportunity to just really disconnect. So I'm not talking with a friend or what have you, but I can really just unplug and be out there and really letting nature talk to me, which is really great. So I absolutely appreciate that. Thanks so much, Sally. I appreciate you once again. All right, next up, we have Jane. Let me go ahead and say goodbye. And we have Ms. Jane. Thank you, Jane, for being on with me, who's also buried in the snow out there. And she's a fellow health coach and is always talking about peaceful things. If you ever see her post on her timeline and in her story, she's always really kind of resonating with sort of a spiritual way of being. So I would love to hear what you have to say and how this hashtag of peaceful has resonated with you this week.
Okay. Thanks, Nicole. Like Sal, I had to go look up the definition just to see what Webster said about it. And it is the absence of disturbance. So for me, this week has been mostly about inner peace. Although I have to say, when I went searching for the goods to put my posts together, almost every single one of them was in nature, because like Sal said, that's, we're so drawn to that. So, I had the hammock in the fields and between two trees, and the moon and feathers falling into somebody's hands, and, that type of thing. But inner peace is, to be peaceful inside is the ultimate. I mean, really and truly, if we can find that inner peace by getting rid of the negativity, by turning our backs on it, by learning to not react versus how to react to it. How to not react to it, I guess, is what I want to say. And one of the little quotes that I found, peace is not the highest goal in life. It is the most fundamental requirement. And I really believe that to be really happy, we have to find that peace right here, because the peace comes from our heart. And that's where we really need to look to find that peace. And and then to share it, right? So
Yeah, agreed.
I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, so I appreciate what you said there about really being an inner thing, is that we all have an opportunity to find peace in our lives. And if there is chaos around you, whether it's your work environment, home environment, is that if you can go inward and find your connection with, in this community, we talk about God a lot, and we talk about our connection with God, and we talk about his spirit being within us and connecting with that, and really finding your own inner peace takes practice, as I am practicing and learning how to do that better myself. So that really just speaks to me as well. And I hope everyone who's listening that resonates with them too. So I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody else back on here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your giggles on the sideline. We appreciate you. This community that they keep referring to, all these beautiful women have talked about, is Stories Sell. It is a training class and also a program where we keep engaging with one another every week. We keep providing kind of a fun theme to work around. We really try to bring positivity to the internet every time we post. And so if you aren't following any of these women, as I mentioned, I will tag them at the end of this video. Follow them on Facebook, friend request them, go into their pages and really explore what they're talking about. Many of them have their own businesses. They're focusing on really bringing positivity into their business and God into the marketplace. And so if you want to do business with people who are positive, who are, God-centered, and certainly are marketing themselves, their services, and their businesses online, I encourage you to follow them. They're all also on Instagram. And so our Stories Sell class here is also on Instagram at @y_Stories Sell. So we hope that you'll follow us there, as well as we are now highlighting some incredible people on that page there. So we'd love for you to follow us there too. So thanks everyone for being on with me tonight, and we'll see you again next week.